Hello? Are we still there?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was muted. So Marco Leal, he put a comment up, and you had mentioned James Fox and Moment of Contact. Marco was actually the lead investigator for that film, and he's a friend of the show. And he said, "Great live." Marco's a great UFO researcher. He is, without him, James Fox would not have been able to make Moment of Contact. Such a great documentary.
I
So,
agree. I agree.
yeah. So, uh, when you were abducted, you said they spoke to you telepathically, and that you were able to speak back telepathically. Um, this is something that we hear often in cases of not only abduction but close encounters, kind of in general. Do you think that consciousness? Um, it seems that we are the pinnacle of biological evolution, at least in terms of our planet. We have thumbs we are able to manipulate the earth around us to our will. So it's logical to say that our next steps of evolution would be in the brain, and that would be conscious evolution. Um, so, do you think that consciousness is key to some of this phenomena?
Uh, well, in the sense that, well, I like to talk in terms of values. Um, uh, uh, you might think of a civilization that, in our civilization, a human civilization, we live by a set of values. In other words, fairness, honesty, those kinds of things are part of our value system. And when I think of raising our level of consciousness, um, I think about being more faithful or true to our value systems.
Hmm.
And I think that's what ET is watching, waiting, hoping that we will do. And that is the simple value of, doing unto others as we would have others do unto us, right?
Right.
Um, that we would live by that, not just utter the words, but actually honor and live by that. Uh, Take care of each other better. Because if they allow us to leave our planet with our nuclear weapons, and by the way, we are doing that now, well, at least leaving our planet. We're planning to establish bases on the moon, for example, and in the future, bases on Mars, uh, and not just the U.S., but China, Russia, other countries.
Do you think that the ETs would let us bring nuclear weapons to space? Because the evidence suggests not.
I hope not. Uh, but in order to stop that or keep that from doing ourselves, they want us to take these actions ourselves and not to, let's say, interfere with what we're doing.
Right.
Uh, we
The
would
whole
have
notion.
we would have to have mutual agreements, that we could all live by, that we will not indeed take any nuclear weapons to these bases off Earth. Um, so that's what I'm talking when I say raising our level of consciousness. It's not just a question of uttering our value system, but of applying it in fact.
That makes sense. And but I mean, there other people have come forward and said, that some of our tests, when we tried to detonate a nuclear weapon in space, that it was thwarted by um, a UFO came in, and this was just a dummy. It wasn't even an actual like actual warhead. This UFO came in and basically zapped it, and then it tumbled out of the sky. So it seems that that they wouldn't, if they are that concerned, that maybe they're restricting us to Earth only. You will not be able to leave Earth with nuclear weapons.
Well, again, like I said, they may have the capability of doing that. They may have the capability of stopping us from taking our weapons off Earth. However, I am also, uh, I think, my speculation that they want us to, let's say, have the will and intent and to do that ourselves, to abolish all nuclear weapons on the moon, on Mars, now, and not take those weapons out there, and on our own volition, not because we are
Told.
forced or told not to do that.
Well, that would make sense in a like a okay, I'm gonna let them. Yeah, I guess it is. It's
Otherwise, we're would be subject to the will of some external, like you say, a federation of beings, of extraterrestrial beings, and we would be under their direction per se, and nobody wants that. No nation or group of nations wants to be directed by others to do something or not.
yeah. I agree. I agree. And I think if this, the ET races, when and if they do make contact, I think they want it to be a hospitable thing and something that we grow into. You know,
Let's
we
say, let's say a mutual respect.
right for right exactly. Let us forge our own path. Um, but I mean, the latter end of that, or the worst side of that, would be, what if we don't get it right? And would that lead to a catastrophic disclosure, like Danny Sheehan talks about, where they're forced to reveal their hand?
Oh well, yeah. Who can say what might happen in the future? I think uh, a lot of this is speculation right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, but uh, like I say, the optimal situation would be that we decide among ourselves, all nations of the earth, uh, optimally will abolish nuclear weapons and optimally will uh, come up with firm agreements not to uh, transport our weaponry off Earth.
Well, it's almost like um a butterfly. I mean, a caterpillar, right? It spins its cocoon, and it needs to break out of that cocoon upon its evolution. It needs to struggle. If you help it, it will die. So we may be the caterpillar evolving into the butterfly in this case, where they can't step in, they can't help us, because if they do, it will hurt us in the long run. And that could be, I mean, a strong implication of a no, almost like an Eternals vibe, where they have to watch from a distance, and that's why maybe only certain people get peaks here and there.
Yeah,
And
that
you've
makes
got,
sense. That makes sense, Tyler. I agree with your analogy with the butterfly.
yeah, we could be the butterfly, or the caterpillar.
Well, we haven't turned into butterflies yet. We're still in a no,
We're still spinning the cocoon.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
We're trying to
And
figure things out.
yeah, AI kind of, that whole thing is throwing me for a loop. But couple final things, because so the Malmstrom Air Force Base incident, the UFO or the abduction, any other phenomena, as have you ever been involved in any other phenomena? Has anything else happened to you that you'd like to share?
Well, I think it would take another hour or so to go over some of the other visitations, let's say, we've had and experiences. There have been others in our lives, both myself and my wife. Um, but again, it would be too involved to go into here.
But you're saying there are more experiences.
Well, we have had other experiences, yes.
Um, that's really, really, so. Obviously, we'll have to have you back on. I mean, I love talking to you, Robert. You're such a honorable man, and you are a patriot. Yeah, you've done all you can. You've given your testimony to the right people. You've given the evidence to the people that are supposed to make the changes necessary. Um, and do you have hope that change is coming?
Oh, absolutely. I have hope that change is coming in disclosure and with the human race, that we will continue to evolve, um, provided we don't blow each other up.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Is there anything? Is there anything that you're working on right now that people can look forward to? I have a couple, by the way. Stick around after the show ends, after the outro music. I just want to talk to you for a second. But is there anything you're working on right now that people can look forward to, or um, can you tell us about other projects that you've done?
Uh, I have written 3 books. I've spoken in 17 countries. I've spoken to the governments of Brazil and Mexico. Uh, the only thing I hope for and would love to do is speak at a hearing, public hearing in Congress. And so I've got my feelers out for that. Uh,
I'm gonna try to help.
and if you
I'll
can
reach
help,
out.
that'd be great.
I'll reach out. I have Tim's phone number, so I will reach out.
So that's all I'm working on right now. I'm not working on another book at this point, although I don't. Uh, uh, I'm not saying I won't write another book, but
I think I think there is. I think that your story